Okay. This time we talked to a Rhodian there, and now this shopkeeper refuses to do any business with us because of that. I have no idea why.
Donos Imarakith, Wanaratora Chidrumta.
Shut up.
Donos Imarakith, Wanaratora Chidrumta, sa inchobin
Steals
sasha.
business.
Dosiman, Loka Kamaran and Dosoran with no chabi. Do.
Okay, she's hurting your business, maybe I could talk to her, reach a compromise.
Do mababe want to susintu mukarata. To esfrektonata bear maba chokto. To renibo inturata sisi naborokra.
Ooh, a discount on weapon and armor, alright. That sounds good.
The ranamo sibu and dasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu and kosoracha.
At least there's a way now that we might be able to gain access to his goods. Ida basically had crap.
Nishasa achuto gonkura, tawenti malare.
Alondar across the way has a problem with you.
Jurun maba, kodu soto, me kogariti, jakolo, me bomas. Machi tu pacha machalo aba, dona sinto noraki pashakani.
No, you had nothing good to offer. What she's basically counter-offering is to reduce her prices too. But no. I don't want to accept that. That is acceptable, done. So I have two options that both agree.
Koparodunga nimisindo shoka, mushka.
That's crap. There was no way to even get out of that. This can't. I have to have an option to move this forward. I need to see your weapons first.
Donos Imaragith. Donorandam.
Gita offered me a discount too. If you want her gone, you'll need to raise your offer.
Donoranda Manakaran. Ipo Inshala.
You haven't given me anything yet except words.
Mababe want to susintu mukarata. To esfrektona. Machabi doko. Donoranda Manachunga.
Go tell the exchange and give them my description. I'll be waiting. Yeah, this thing, I really had no idea what this was all about, but now I can see it's part of the, you either help the exchange or you cause trouble. Yeah, go tell the exchange. Here's the problem. I just wanted to do shopping. I wanted to see what owner has to offer, and since that it has nothing to do with shopping, I'm just gonna leave it there.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
Can you prove it?
It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars.
That's not a proof. I asked for a proof and you didn't provide any. Yeah, seems like the logical choice will for me to reply, but that's not an option. Just saying you know what the name of the ship is, it's not a proof that you're the owner. Yeah, you're not taking the ship.
We'll see about that. Watch yourself. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place.
Uh, yeah, party selection. Okay, check that out.
Let's go.
We need to select proper upgrades too. So first we'll go with repair. So anything that places repair. Have a repair is now 32. Let's look at the upgrades we can make. No, this is not how you do it. What can we do? Yeah, we can basically produce everything now. If we ever find some item that we can buy in infinite amounts and it has a good component value, we could probably produce as much credit or components as we want. We don't have a lightsaber, so going through these is pointless. But range and melee is definitely something we need to look at. Ooh, heat shield mark 4. Immunity to fire, fire resistance. Ability plating. It's a significant energy resistant value right there at the cost of 1 dexterity point. More importantly, it has not just the 30% energy immunity, but the resistance. 5 points automatically resisted from all energy. That will be most weapons and lightsabers. And then I'm not sure if the immunity comes before the resistance. If it becomes before, it's a even more drastic reduction in damage. What else? Bonded plates. Excellent resistance against normal weaponry. But the component cost of this is like 500 and we have 65, so it's at the moment we have to be somewhat selective what we produce. So we're going to go for some kind of overall effect that can be put in an armor and provides a general protection. Yeah. Energy, immunity to attribute. I wonder if I can get 2 energy immunity items with a stack. That would be extremely powerful defense against all energy damage. It would be sort of an anti-lightsaber armor. That would be great. I don't want an anti-droid upgrade. I want something damage. Advanced Riley power cells. 1 to 6 points of extra damage. 4 points of energy damage. Massive criticals, attack modifier. 1 to 10 points of extra energy damage. Mandalorian chamber. Attack modifier 1. Defense -1. Damage bonus 2 to 16. Jesus Christ. Component cost 525. Yeah. A lot of good upgrades. Keen slashing damage. Keen cold damage. Huh. Resistance to fire. Ion cell, yeah, massive damage against droids. Energy damage, a lot of grips, extra damage, extra attack bonus, attack modifier, extra damage, defense value. Yeah, the component costs are in the hundreds, so whatever we plan to do, we need to break down. And yeah, this is worthless. We'll break down all Mark 1 upgrades because they're frankly so bad. I can make much better ones at the moment. Blaster rifle. Also break down the mining lasers. We'll keep some of the droid iron weaponry. They're very good in component value, but they're basically the only anti-droid weaponry we have if we have to use our droids. Self-sustaining units, very expensive. Droid system fortification, very valuable. Guess we could break down computer sparks because we can E3 can manufacture them in infinite numbers. At least I think he does. So far the values seem to be pretty poor. We can't really break down anything and get anything of value in return. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get some of the expensive upgrades. Arcanian Sonic Blaster. I'll break down this. Definitely. Systech Oral Blast. Oral Blasters. Break down. And the Lorian Heavy Blaster. We upgradable pistol. Very good. I don't want to break this down, although it would be very valuable. We might want to change Atom's weapons. It's probably the best weapon we have at the moment. So maybe we should not break it down to component parts. Benox Blaster, not all that great. Break it down. Sith War Sword. It's a fine weapon, but might as well keep it though. Exchange Negotiator, yeah, breakdown. We have 560 total components. That won't amount to much. We have to make choices. Armor or weaponry. We could get a couple of very, very good upgrades though. I think we have something like this already, so we don't need new ones. What are we going to take with us? We need something. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that we have only anti-droid upgrades for especially the weapons. So we need a power cell. Ordinary chamber. No. Amplifying chamber. No. No. Mandalorian chamber. Now this would be great, but we can't really afford it. And if we don't take the best one, it's not really worth it because it has negatives associated with it. So I think we'll make a beam splitter. Two of them to be precise. It's a lot of extra damage. We'll need to change the upgrades we have. Not repair. Computer use security. That sounds good. Ion Charger. Power Pulsator Mark. Not that. Superior Riley Power Cell. Definitely something to consider. I don't think I can afford it though. I could afford a couple of advanced Riley power cells. No, we're pretty much spent. Maybe better scope of some kind. We will be definitely taking the pistols. Mandalorian Blaster, Mandalorian Heavy Blaster. Yeah, let's upgrade these. Yeah, Beam Splitter Mark II and Advanced Riley powers. We need to change the targeting scope. These will be very, very powerful weapons now. 4 to 27 versus 2 to 9. Yeah, it's a pretty big upgrade. Well, it's certainly costing me quite a lot to implement it. 4 to 25, 4 to 26. So Atten will be in the group because he has only upgraded weapons, really. Well, and we need to do it this way. The Lorian Blaster and the Lorian Heavy Blaster. Upgrade items. I need to remove some of these. It has keen on hit slow. It's not a bad thing at all. Yeah, not a bad thing at all. I still want to see what do we need for.
Just say the word.
I think we need awareness to get scopes. So all items that would increase awareness. We don't really have any. So yeah. I still want to see potentially what we could have built. A much better scope. It's only one over, but the slow effect goes from 25% chance to 50, but the effect only lasts, well, it lasts 2 rounds. Alternatively, higher attack bonus. That's pretty much it. One would require a stealth ability though. Oh, that would be also have a stun effect instead of a slow effect. Stun effect would be much more preferable. Boost your stealth speed. Away. Stealth, stealth, stealth. He should still have one of the higher stealth, so targeting, no, crippling scope. Yeah, stun and more damage, so crippling scope Mark 3. That's quite good already, but we'll never afford that. We only would need 3 more points in stealth to be able to theoretically get it. And that effect is all quite good. Significant DC increase and a couple of points of bonus damage. We can never afford the components now. Yeah, I think we'll have to settle for the items we have. So, pinpoint scope. It still offers the keen effect, which means doubles the critical threat range. It won't amount to much, but not with this weapon type, but it's still something. And it has a chance to slow them down. It's much weaker than we could get, but still nice. Party selection, Atom, go away. I want Beoder here. I will do the droid quest we have at the moment. Although my weapon is terrible. That's bad anti-droid upgrades, but on the other hand, I'm a force user. I'm a real force power user, so it won't make much of a difference in my fighting ability. I'm choosing these two guys because they have a close affinity to droids, so I'm hoping I'll get influence bonuses at least to one of them by helping the droid with his quest. He's trying to buy our droids. The droid's not for sale. If you ever think about hurting this droid, you'll answer to me. Yeah, I'm choosing these options because I'm trying to get influence out of my companions. I'm standing up to him. He should appreciate it. He's trying to convince it that I'm going to abandon it. Okay. Yeah. Rip off your tusk and stab you with them before I part with this droid. Okay, leave the droid alone. Okay, he's apologizing. Hey, who are you? Oh, dealer. I don't want to ask about the astromech droid too specifically, because then he'll know. He'll probably ask a higher price for it, or even decline to sell it, so I want to see the parts you're selling first. Circa utility belt. That's a good one. Item cost 100. That's even better. So cheap, I'll buy it immediately. Droids have a lot of immunity platings. The upgrades he has are actually quite good. Dexterity plus 4. Dexterity plus 3. 28,000 droid systems upgrade. This is Constitution 2, Dexterity 4. It's an excellent upgrade. That's why it's so goddamn expensive. And that's all there really is. We can't afford all the good stuff. I go through the same goddamn thing. I'll rip off your tusk and stab you with them before I part with this droid. Okay, who are you? I'm looking for why would I be interested in junk? Useful junk. Yeah, Godin gathers all the junk across the moon and sells. Okay. Got any astromech droids? Just one. Droid good. Save yourself some pain and give the droid to me. No, I don't think I'll threaten him. I could say I only want the memory core, but so that sort of, I think it sort of gives him a hint that I'm specifically after that droid. So how about I buy that droid from you? Buy one, please. Persuade. Awareness. You'll be satisfied with 150. Okay. That's I'll persuade him 150 credit. 150 credits or nothing. Not worth more. Goodbye. We got enough alignment changes. This is why this happened.
I have felt it too, my lord. A disturbance in the Force. It was difficult to make out, my lord. At first it was such a quiet thing. I did not notice it, but now I wonder as if it has always been there. I merely could not hear it before. The sound built so slowly, yet when you listen for it, you can make out the strains, even over the background life of the universe. Do you feel it is a... You are the darkness, in which all life dies, my lord. All life exists to feed your power. And my life. My life is yours. I beg you, please, let me die. Yes, this disturbance echoes through the Force. I can follow it to its source and bring it to you. I will leave at once, my lord.
Yes, I was saying it has to be because the only explanation really why it came after that discussion was because I got a dark side change, and I don't think it's, you don't need to have a light side or dark side, you just have to have enough alignment changes, and then that happened. I also think the Sith Lord scene there is, I can't take him seriously. The voice he has is ridiculous sounding. He's basically, I can't feel any threat from him. I guess they I can guess what they were going after with it, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. It's sort of like listening to the meaningless jabber of the alien speech. It's it just doesn't it conveys no real emotion or threat, or you can't make a serious dialogue or a dramatic dialogue or impact with just using it. You either go with some human speech that the player understands, or you can just forget about it. Yeah, you don't look so good. I negotiated your release. You're free to go. See you back at Tien's garage. What was that all about? Yeah, don't play innocent with me. So no influence gains, but can be helped. Well, we got a prototype droid shields out of it. At least one. Very well, I'll be going. Droid renewable shield. Unlimited uses. Usable by T3 and 4. We can't use yet. The upgrade level is much higher than we can use. Contention. Makashi lightsaber form. Okay, I'm getting these lightsaber forms, but I don't even have a lightsaber. If there's one gripe I have about this game so far, is that it's taking a long time to get to the lightsaber. I don't like it. Not at all. Yeah, good to see you made it back alright. Yeah, we'll get the hell out of here. I'm going to Dantooine. It's the Jedi Enclave. I'm hoping at least to find, if not a lightsaber part in there. I'd like to get my own at this point. It's been way too long. Who are you? Give it to me. Visas. Glad I took the kill ability. Okay, I'm unable to do anything.
My lightsaber. You've destroyed it. I yield, Master. It is as I heard through the Force. My life for yours.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You didn't break the lightsaber. It's getting to the point of being convoluted how they're preventing me from accessing a lightsaber. I don't see the point. Are they under the impression that the player doesn't want to have a lightsaber, or are they so desperate or out of ideas to keep the player interested in the game that they're sort of delaying giving the lightsaber as long as possible? I don't know. You pledge yourself to me.
I have nothing to offer you. Your strength is superior. It is as I felt.
Now I've seen everything. This woman, she's a Miraluka. I didn't think any were left in this part of the galaxy.
Some Miraluka.
Yeah, they're a pretty secretive race. I heard that some of their kind become Jedi, but a Sith? That's a new one. I'm not sure how you'd go about killing one. It'd be tricky.
Is her kind rare?
I heard they had a colony on the Mid-Rim, almost halfway between Onderon and Dantooine. Then, it wasn't there anymore. The whole planet was wiped out. Nothing left alive. No one knows why.
Maybe she knows.
Well, it was a planet of her people. If they see through the Force, who knows? If they're all Force sensitive, maybe they all saw something through the Force that we can't see, and they left before it happened. Or maybe it killed them.
See through the Force?
They claim to see on a higher plane than we do. You know, the whole Force thing makes me nervous.
Will she recover? I have uses for her.
Well, some of her wounds are pretty bad. Looks like she was already carrying her share of scars, though. I think she'll recover, yeah.
Let me know when she awakens. I have questions for her. At least we got a lightsaber part out of her. Lightsaber emitter fixture. Influence gained visas. Yeah, we're going to the grey area again. It's not too surprising. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, I need to find Theodore.
General, need something?
Ooh.
Yes, General?
Do I have all the lightsaber parts I need?
Let me see what you have. No, you're still missing a lens. Something else I can help you with?
So we're going to go to Dantooine, and I'm hoping I'll get a lens there. I'm still missing a few. I know 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I know all of them. One is in Dantooine, One is still in Nar Shaddaa. No, two are still in Nar Shaddaa, and one is in Onderon or Onderon or whatever it was. So we'll start with Dantooine. We'll go to Onderon, or whatever it is, and then probably Nar Shaddaa. Yeah, something like that. The goal here now is to get the lightsaber. We only need a single part. Not going there quite yet. Never mind, never mind. Zerka utility. We should have some kind of a repair value now. 11, that's not great, but at least something. I also need to talk about the new character, Visas. People. You look like you need some routine maintenance, let's try that. Good. Let me tackle the main chassis first. Yeah, success. Yep. That should do it. You doing alright? +1 constitution. Okay. Glazed look? What are you talking about? We'll try additional repairs. No, I'll try to make this quick. This is the initial repair that I think we tried once and failed. It might be the same repair job with just different text. Yeah. At least we increased him a little bit, but if you want to get something decent out of your droids, you need repair skills, computer skills. So that's one of the reasons I'm probably will avoid using them too much, because I simply can't upgrade them. So they'll be operating below their normal, well, not normal, but what they can do if you properly upgrade them.
My life for yours.
Who sent you?
I serve my master. I am an emissary, a scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the Force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know, and that you eluded his sight for so long is significant. But I do not know why.
Need to know where I can find your master.
You cannot. His vessel roams the borders of known space, and even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me, even if I could lead you to my master. I cannot permit you to find him until you are ready.
Ready?
If I bring you before my master, untested, without your potential realized, then you will be lost to me, and I cannot allow that to happen. It would be as if one brought fire to a paradise valley, shattered a cavern of rare crystal, or blinded a painter.
Master threatens more than just me.
I cannot, I will not. I would die first, and gladly, to preserve you, untouched, unharmed. Now that I have found you, I cannot sacrifice what I have found.
If he is behind what has fallen the Jedi, then he must be stopped.
You will meet my master. It is inevitable. I have seen it. And when you stand before him and realize what you face, you must be prepared. Until then, I must protect you, help you, until you are ready.
Why are you doing this?
There's a greatness in you. A greatness that does not stem from the Force. It stems from who you are. And if my master does not understand you, cannot see you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. But if you seek to survive, then you must understand why this is so.
Your master has trouble detecting me. How are you able to do it?
There is much I see my master cannot. I fear it is because of my nature, the nature of my race. My people spend their lives seeing the galaxy, the energy streaming off stars, the growth of life, all things touched by the Force.
Where are you people?
It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction.
How was it destroyed?
The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it.
How did you survive?
I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died, to see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world.
As if everything suddenly went silent.
I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of KOTOR. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed.
We're the only survivor.
Yes, but it was not survival. I still wonder what would have happened if I had died with the others. If perhaps there would have been some way to hide my presence from the galaxy. If only I had not felt that pain, that loss, as strongly as I did. But it could not be done. When the life was bled from the planet, and yet somehow I remained. My master came for me. He walked upon the surface of my dead world, and there, lying in the bodies of my race, he took me for his own, and he made me see. And for the first time I saw the galaxy, and I wished to die.
He made you see.
To this galaxy, my world, absent the currents and spectrums of the Force, was was nothing but crude matter, rock, flesh, emptiness. He showed the flickering of life on other planets. The mass of beings that swarm through the empty places of the galaxy. To see such creatures, disconnected from themselves, their world, their place in it, unable to see the currents and how they affected everything around them.
Why did your master show you this?
He showed me to make me believe in his cause. He convinced me the galaxy, all life, must die. He fed upon its ugliness, its screaming, and in its place, he left silence. And where there was chaos, he brought stillness and order.
How did your master destroy your homeworld? Kill on such a scale, it's impossible.
It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is far more terrible, and it touches more lives than any machine can hope to slay. For everyone that feels the Force, strongly, deeply, each one feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And my master has his. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than flesh. And in his wake, life dies, sacrificing itself to his hunger. And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been attacked in time. It was inevitable. Yet we could do nothing about it.
Why did your master destroy KOTOR?
The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking them from the darkness of the galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And KOTOR, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, could no longer be ignored. And my people died, and the Jedi died, and there was no one left, only me.
Why did the Jedi meet on KOTOR?
They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them, and they did. But they were unprepared for the magnitude of the threat.
He attacked because the Jedi had gone there.
He cannot deny his hunger for long. And any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence.
Or it may starve him, make him more desperate.
I do not understand what you mean.
Just thinking out loud.
They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them. I will answer what I can, but my answers may prove useless to you.
Tell me about your homeworld.
It is not a subject which I have...
I've seen similar acts of destruction at Malachor.
I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between KOTOR and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact. I will answer what I can.
Was your master the one sent to Paragus?
I am not familiar with the place you speak of. My master has not entered Republic space for some time, but there are others who may move more freely, who may have been responsible for such an act of destruction.
What do you mean?
There are many factions within the Sith, all seeking to take what little remains in the wake of the Jedi Civil War. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. But their purpose is the same. The death of all Jedi, everywhere. They believe you are the last of the Jedi, and their hatred of the Jedi unites them. All their eyes are upon you, and it is a terrible, quiet darkness that pursues you. I will answer what I can.
Okay, at least we're getting some useful information about our situation. Another question about Peragus.
My master did not cause the end of the planet you speak of. There are many factions within it. Where one moves, they believe...
I've heard your species is blind. How are you able to see?
My people once had the power to perceive events, to see through the Force. That sight may manifest itself in many ways, and at times, I may affect the abilities of others to see as well.
You sound as if the sight is lost to you.
My sight has been damaged. What I have taught you, it is not the full extent of the perceptions of my people.
Visance has a limited ability to see the Force. She has Force sight in first-person mode and can also see it as a Force power by spending Force points.
My master, he has crippled me. I have seen the galaxy as it truly is, and it has left its mark. It is not something I can explain, for the words are difficult. I only ask that you understand. I would...
A lot we can do.
It is not something... Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this? Why do you seek to help me? Teach me?
I'm not quite sure what I think about this. She's a dark side servant, but she's not really acting like any dark side character I've met. Oh, let's see. I believe you can be saved. I think she might like that. She doesn't like what she's doing. She wants someone to maybe alter the fate or direction her life is going.
You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
It's not a weakness, it's strength. It is strength to them both.
So you say. But it is not something I have observed or seen.
What do you mean?
I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories. Or the planet itself.
That's not what I asked. We've spoken enough.
Very well. Perhaps we shall speak more of this at another time. But know this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
Can I repair you?
Query, is there someone that you need killed, Master?
Yeah. You don't need to call me Master.
Statement. Though I am aware of that, Master. I simply use it to give you the illusion of control and obedience. Humans often need such comforts until the end comes.
Yeah, what do you mean the end?
Consolation, Master. Everyone dies eventually, and not all of them by my hand. Even droids die when not routinely maintained, sadly enough.
Yep, but until you do, you answer to me.
Statement. Of course I do, Master. Until the end. Statement. Ah, you wish to conduct an interrogation? Very well, proceed.
Yeah, interrogation?
Statement. Oh, yes, Master. Pain is really the only reliable means by which truth may be obtained. Or so I choose to believe.
That was a nice addition to the end. Yeah, enough with the interrogation already. When I ask you questions, I mean I will ask questions without torturing you.
Statement. Master, I am no behavior droid, but it is obvious to me that you have serious ethical problems that will need to be treated at some point. Very well. Ask your questions. If you feel the need to make it an interrogation, however, do not restrain yourself. I would be saddened if you held back.
Yeah, I found the Navi computer tampered with. Any idea why it's locked? Well, I know why it's locked.
Query. Indeed, I was unaware that the Navi computer was locked.
Yes, it's voice printed.
Statement. Yes, I heard it was voice printed. Most curious.
You can mimic languages, right? Can you unlock it?
Statement. I suppose so, Master, but I would need to know who voice locked it, and regrettably, I do not have that knowledge. It seems to me that we will have to accept the T3's astrogation abilities for the time being. It is a very loyal and dependable droid for its class. Statement. Ah, more questions. Wonderful.
Why were you in our storage hold?
Answer. I do not know, Master. It is curious that I was here, although this place does seem familiar. Extrapolation. Perhaps someone was already in the process of rebuilding me. It may be I was needed for some task. Statement. Ah, more questions. Wonderful.
How did you get scattered all over the galaxy?
Theory. Well, Master, I believe I was shot repeatedly. Once reduced to my component parts, I suspect pieces of me were sold across the galaxy. Statement. I am an extremely valuable piece of equipment after all, Master. My parts were no doubt costly to obtain, and their new owners hesitant to part with them.
Yeah, it was something of pain, yes.
I would be most distressed if you were to shoot me, attack me, or dismember me in any way. I do not wish to repeat the experience. Statement.
Who was your previous master?
Answer. Master, ironically enough, I seem to have developed a sudden bout of memory loss. I shall struggle to recall an answer to your question, but for now, it is sadly beyond my capabilities. Consolation. Besides, you are a fine master. Do not be worried about being rendered insignificant if I were to inadvertently compare to some silly old master I once possessed. Statement.
Do you know anything about the Sith hunting us?
Answer. No, Master, I do not. I am afraid I have been out of touch with the Sith for many years. This new Sith threat fights differently than the ones I was familiar with. These seem to favor stealth and assassination to achieve their ends.
Any idea where they might be striking from?
Answer. No, Master. The Sith had many hidden bases and strongholds before and during the Jedi Civil War, and I doubt the Republic found them all. Theory. It is possible that the Sith still hold one such base, if not several. Consolation. But I would not worry, Master. I imagine it will not be long before their murderous hands try to seize you by the throat. Twi'lek metaphor. Jonta bosi likita masi sorinkada ntamiasa grawino roto.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Query. Master, excuse me, but how is it you know so many languages?
I picked up a sonic imprint sensor on Paragus. It doubles as a translator.
Query. May I see it?
Sure, here you go.
Observation. This is indeed familiar. Indeed, it seems to be modeled after my vocabulator, with some modifications, of course. Curious. You say you obtained this device on Paragus.
Yeah, shortly before the planet was destroyed.
Observation. Master, I do believe this device serves multiple functions, including tracking your position for any HK units in the vicinity.
What should we... Can you use it to track them back?
Confirmation. Yes, Master, I believe so. Of course, we would need to find 3 separate HK squads and use this device in order to target their base.
So we just wait.
Answer. Master, the nature of the signal from the sonic imprint sensor is such that we must wait until it is signaled. It does not please me any more than it does you, but one of the primary traits of an assassin or assassin droid is patience.
Okay.
Statement. More questions. Wonderful.
I wonder if we even have that many encounters with the droids anymore. For a sophisticated assassin droid, you don't seem as advanced as you should be.
Statement. Master, you wound me. Not physically, but in my behavior core. It is true that I once possessed many more protocols and upgrades, but time and damage has taken its toll. And I am afraid that I have a rather long history of memory problems, which has also compromised my effectiveness as well. Still, you will find me a valuable asset, Master, willing and able to terminate anything you point me towards. Statement.
You look a lot like a series of droids that have attacked me.
Answer. Oh, that is impossible, Master. If I were out to kill you, we would not be speaking. And regardless, I am a unique model. Why, to think that there would be other versions of me would be unacceptable.
Well, there's at least 4 other now defunct versions of you in the galaxy.
Statement. Master, I must inform you that your attempts at humor are wasted on a droid such as I. As I have expressed, I am unique.
Actually, there's a series of HK-50 units sharing your model and function that we have encountered on multiple occasions.
Resignation. Very well, Master. If you persist in your attempts at humor, I shall indulge you. Let me check the ship's records, and we will settle this matter once and for all. Conclusion. You speak the truth. This discovery is also causing me some degree of anger and humiliation.
Are you alright?
Mockery. Am I alright? Oh, yes, Master. Why, I am fine. Statement. I mean, I've only just been reactivated, only to find that there are substandard duplicates of me running all over the galaxy, corroding my good name. But if they are in fact hunting you, then I look forward to the opportunity to meet these units and educate them in proper assassination protocols. Conclusion. So it seems I need you, for the time being.
Let's talk about the other HK units.
Statement. Yes. Them. Very well. What did you wish to know?
Do you know where these clones are being created?
Answer. Master, I do not know. I have tried in vain to find it, but so far the location of the factory churning out these copies has eluded me. Statement. I have no idea, Master.
Yeah, I need to know more about these clones of yours.
Statement. What of them?
Why are they masquerading as protocol droids?
Answer. Master, As part of my original programming, I am able to communicate in over 600 languages. This usually amounted to short verbal warnings when killing non-basic speaking targets, which gave me some small measure of satisfaction.
Yeah, so basically you can function as a protocol droid.
Answer: yes. I believe my original master needed this functionality in order to recover information from various indigenous tribes across the galaxy, but I know little else than that. Suffice to say that translation capability allowed these copies of myself to assume the role of protocol and translation droids in much of known space. That is, of course, not their primary function. And while they are attempting to pass themselves off as translation droids, their primary functionality keeps rising to the forefront.
Explain.
Recitation. For example, on Praven Prime, the simple transferring of Elzing syntax for friendship changes its meaning and implies that one's broodmate was actually impregnated by their own host.
Tell me no one said that out loud, did they?
Confirmation. Oh, truly, you can imagine the results. Statement. This comment, of course, caused a civil war between the Guvandi Collective and Elzing that still persists to the current date.
Do any of these incidents have any wider repercussions?
Answer: yes, Master. Such incidents often spread outwards from their point of origin, much like an echo.
Why did you just say that?
Query: what do you mean, Master?
The echo, why did you say that?
Answer: it is something I heard a previous master say before, I believe, but I cannot recall the context. Still, somehow it seemed applicable to this situation. Odd.
What repercussions did Praven Prime have?
Answer: in the case of Praven Prime, the Civil War actually forced the Republic to back out of Guvandi's space and let their world fall from Republic control. As I understand it, that would be best. Keeping such a world would have been a token gesture of control. As an added burden, the resources needed to invest in diplomatic and trade relations would have far outweighed what would have been required. Besides, Master, quite frankly, the Guvandi and Elzing needed a good war. They were races that relied more on words than actions, and a good brisk killing woke them from their torpid state. Also, the result of the war will be that the drastically reduced Elzing population will eventually need to call upon the Republic for emergency relief.
And that's a good thing?
Answer: the Republic stands to gain. The Republic will be able to supply such emergency relief at a fraction of the cost to the now reduced population. Of course, such aid would only come 4 or 5 years after the war was started. One would have to be patient and let death and destruction run its course. Statement.
Why did they start revealing themselves now? No, you sound pretty disgusted by these duplicates.
Answer: my feelings on the matter are something that I feel I must put in proper context, in a way that even a meatbag such as yourself could easily comprehend. Theory. Imagine, if you will, that you are unique, the pinnacle of an exiled, cast-out Jedi who can't even use the Force. Imagine that no one has sunk lower than you, that you are truly the most miserable example of a Jedi ever.
Yes?
Continuation. Now that you have that image, imagine this. Someone clones you. Badly, I might add. They make the clones talk differently, rob you of any shred of personality, and take your Jedi code and adjust it, so that it is not really the Jedi code anymore. They even change your pigmentation, to a rather poor shade of durasteel, rather than the proper rusty red that inspires fear in targets. And of course, they refer to meat bags as organics. Unacceptable.
Yeah, they really don't seem that different from you. That's probably something I shouldn't say. So, okay, so that explains your anger.
Clarification. Anger would be an understatement for the heat that builds up in my behavior core when these cheap imitations make their presence felt throughout the galaxy. Statement. Part of the indignity of all these copies is that they impair my ability to perform my function. The more people throughout the galaxy recognize me as an illegal assassination device, the more difficulty I will have in carrying out my mission. Statement. What of them?
Why do you need me?
Statement. Master, there are two reasons for this. One, the probability of them showing up around you is statistically high. If I travel with you, then my chances of encountering these clones is also high. The second reason is a little more complicated. You see, even though those clones are obviously cheap, artless imitations of me, well, they are still me.
What are you talking about?
Answer. Somehow these droids are built from my schematics. This causes certain complications.
That doesn't explain why you need me.
Answer. Because of my self-preservation program, my behavior core recognizes these templates as still being me, despite their individuality. I could no more shoot them than I could shoot myself. It is a frustrating situation that has been looping through my behavior core for some time. Statement.
Any more questions? Do you know why they're hunting me?
Answer. Well, Master, it seems you have become a popular individual in the galaxy. This is somewhat surprising to me, since this dissemination of information could not have been caused by your actions alone.
What do you mean?
Statement. Master, there is mention of you specifically in the Corward databases, even in public terminals on Coruscant. Observation. I was led to believe that this information concerning Jedi was not for public consumption, yet somehow it has been made known to them.
Why would someone do this?
Conclusion. Someone wants everyone to know that you exist, Master, and that you are back in Republic space. If I did not know better, which is computationally impossible, I believe that someone wants to make you a target, and they are succeeding admirably.
We're the bait. So who?
Answer. Master, my feeling would be the exchange. But that doesn't seem to be enough to answer the question, however. Rhetorical. Why wouldn't they have simply kept the information to themselves? Such an answer does not address the central question. And that is, why someone would choose to broadcast your location all over the known galaxy. Theory. My suspicion is that someone is using you as bait for a larger target, who is unknown at this time. Statement. Statement.
I think we're done with this. Oh, we got 1,000 experience points out of this. A lot of conversations. I'll quickly talk to Kreia. I'll see if I can talk to her about Visage.
You have befriended the Seer.
Ooh. The Miraloka. Let me call her a seer.
Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people. The Sith carry the battle to you, and you spare them. And as we travel, the empty places of this ship are filled. I hope your thoughts in this matter are clear. If you take her on as a servant, know that the Sith meet their end at the hands of their apprentices. It is not something I would wish to happen to you. This one you have saved has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her or her loyalty.
Ties to her master, perhaps. And I intend to follow the bond to its source when the opportunity presents itself.
Then you are learning.
Hutton said her planet was wiped out, that it was the only colony of her people in this sector of the galaxy.
Did he? And what do you make of that?
Well, if her people all see through the Force, maybe someone wanted to blind them.
The Mandalorians were right to respect you on the field of battle. The Jedi are gone, vanished. Now, an entire planet of Force sensitives wiped clean of life. And now this slice of the galaxy is blind. It is no coincidence. The two events are tied.
Someone wants this sector of the galaxy blind to the Force, so they can move freely or strike without warning.
I fear you are right. And I fear it may prove more than that. War is a hunger. And there are spirits in the galaxy whose hunger is never satisfied. But there is little to be done about it now. Watch the seer carefully. She may reveal more.
It seems to me that Kreia already knows who her master is. He even used the same words to describe it, so...
Ask, and I will answer.
What do you know of Visa's master? No, when Visa's attacked, she did something to my eyesight.
She did nothing to your eyes that was not already there. She has forced this upon you, but such crude methods are the markings of the Sith. Close your eyes.
All right.
Feel this ship around you. The welding of the droid as it goes about its work.
Computer use. Hey, T3 has a stock motivator.
Now, stretch out. Hear the rumble of hyperspace, the hum of the hyperdrive.
You can hear a catch in it. It's not fully fixed.
Ignore distractions and focus on my voice. The breathing of the blinded one as she meditates in the dark. Now, listen deeper, past her breathing, and listen.
As my feet walk from the ashes of KOTOR, I shall not fear, for in fear lies death, and...
I heard her thoughts.
You are strong indeed. What you heard were surface thoughts only, but it is something that masters have trained for years and never learned.
Was I always able to do that? Okay, can I do that whenever I wish?
That is not the real question you should ask. Is such listening enough to perceive the world around you? It is not. Because to listen to the thoughts of another is much like attempting to see the universe only with your eyes. It is equally limiting. Now leave me be. I must rest.
You have gained +1 awareness and recovered some of your connection to the... Influence gained with Kreia. Okay, I'll leave Kreia there for now. We want to try out one thing. I think our time with doing discussions with the crew members is about to end. There's a limit to how much you can do that. Or you can stand to do that in a single session.
Something up? Alright, what did you want to know? Alright, but I'm out.
That's where we... It's like...
Sure, shouldn't be a problem. It's basically a numbers game, but I can give you the ground rules.
I don't want to play. Crap. I wanted to lose. Okay, I think that's enough for now. We gained some valuable influence, so we might be able to do new things with these discussions, but I want to do something else. Now comes the tougher part. Our parting is getting a bit more interesting, and there's only 2 that we can take with us. I'm inclined to take visas at this point. Who else? No. No, I'm not sure I'll take visas. I'm going out just so I can level her up. We can't do everything with all our characters or companions. We have to just pick a few. Oh, she can use 2 blades. That's lovely. Can she use armor? No. Yeah, use light. You have to be able to use at least something. Okay, also use heal. She's evil but neutral, or dark side neutral. Dexterity focus, definitely. I want to upgrade her charisma. It's cheaper for her to use force powers from both sides of the line. What ability should I give her? No burst of speed, anything else but that. Maybe stun? He has horror already. Can take it to insanity. He throw lightsaber. Painful. Oh. Force barrier. It's a good defense ability against anything not range combat or lightsaber using. Last 30 seconds, I'll take it. She needs an attack ability. Unarmed specialist. Yeah, she has a lot of level ups left to do. Okay. No clothing. Matukai, or Dark Jedi. I guess I'm not sure her clothing will change. Certainly not the headpiece. Energy shield. I'm not sure what to give her for a weapon. She's two-weapon user, so maybe the Sith War sword should be good on her. It's a fairly strong weapon. And we would only need one upgrade set of parts to upgrade it, edge and a grip. So that would be sort of cheap to do. How good is she with them? Not all that great. And yeah, her appearance cannot be altered.
I don't understand why you won't let me take a look.
Statement. I've had quite enough tampering at the hands of unskilled meatbags such as yourself. I'm not eager to submit to this treatment now or in the future.
Unskilled meatbag? I'll show you unskilled.
Appeasement. I did not mean to imply that you were an unskilled meatbag, as incapable of performing rudimentary repairs as holding a hydrospanner. It is only that I am quite particular with my repairs. Perhaps when I am more confident in your abilities, I will allow you to examine my internal components.
Okay, yeah. I'm ending here, and next time we'll start properly going through Dantooine and what options it provides. I'm not sure about the party. It's I don't want to spread things too thinly, because if you miss too many influence opportunities, they're gone. There's no way to get really high influence anymore with that character. So I would rather have sort of a core group of party members instead of trying to give everyone their time. I'm not going to use C3. Luckily, we can influence him through conversations quite a bit. Same seems to apply for Visas. Vader cannot really be influenced through dialogue. I haven't seen Aten dialogue options either. Kreia can be influenced quite easily. HK47, not really. And I'm not sure I could gain positive influence with him as I'm playing. So what I think will take Aten, Vader, and Visa. Two of these three will be taken with us. Aten Vader will probably be Aten or Vader will probably be a standard addition to the group, simply because I need the skills. And I don't want to take T3. No one else has the skill set these two guys have. Vader might be a really good here. Yeah, but we'll make that decision some other time.